up guys, Dakota with Dakota Life Fitness, and today we're going to go through a pull workout. So I'm going to take you through back and biceps, and we're starting off with this Tabata, or this pre-exhaustion exercise. So what this is you're going to do the lat levers, going 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for about, a weight you can usually do about 12 to 15 reps with, and keep it there for the full time. So right now I'm taking that 10 seconds rest. I'm only going to show 2 rounds, but you're going to do this for 8 rounds. It should take you exactly 4 minutes to complete as you're going 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 times. So once you finish that up, you're going to go into the first actual exercise, and you're right here, your lats should be burning up. You should actually feel them a lot because you're forcing that blood into there and hitting that, like I said, the pre-exhaustion. So after you finish up 8 rounds of that, like I said, it should take 4 minutes. You're going to go into the first actual exercise, which is bent over row. Oh, geez, no, it's not. We're going to bent over row later. The first actual exercise is weighted pull-ups. So you want to get 10 reps. You're going to go 4 sets of 10. You can do weighted, you can do body weight, or you can do assisted. Just any way you're going to hit your 10 rep max for 4 sets of 10. These are just straight through 4 sets. And then our following exercise after that is the bent over row. When doing the pull-ups though, you want to make sure that you're driving your upper chest towards the bar. So don't start doing that whole kip thing or anything like that. Just consistently keep your chest open and drive your upper chest towards the bar. Here, we're going for bent over row, and this again is 4 sets, but then you're going to do a following just lighter set for 15 reps. The first set, or your regular sets, your working sets, are going to be 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Now, when you do this, towards the end, you notice I kind of start bringing my shoulders up a little bit. You want to keep as level as possible and minimize upper body movement and drive that bar. Keep it close to your knees and drive it up towards your belly button or your navel. This last set I showed was just dropping the weight and really focusing on keeping that upper body as stationary as possible, just driving the elbows up till that bar gets right to your belly button and then back down towards your knees. You want to keep most of the weight on your heels, and on any exercise that you're doing, especially standing up, keep your core tight and engaged. It's going to help stabilize your spine, transfer that power, and allow you to actually keep your form a lot better when you're doing this exercise. Lastly, make sure you're contracting your shoulder blades. Pretty much any back exercise, make sure you contract your shoulder blades, squeeze them together at the peak of the rep. Now, going into the next exercise, we went to lat pull down, and it's going to be actually a superset, which I'll show you when that comes up. But for the lat pull down, same idea as the chest. Same idea as the pull up. Pull your chest towards that bar, or on this idea, pull the bar straight towards your upper chest. When you get down to the bottom or the peak of the rep, you want to squeeze the shoulder blades and then let up and stretch. Now we're supersetting this with barbell curls. And with this one, you'll see there's actually a band. So these are banded barbell curls. And what you're going to do here is stand on the band, make sure you're on the middle of the band while grabbing it along with the bar. And what this is going to do is create more tension as you come up and less tension as you come down. So it's basically making an eccentric a little bit harder, pulling it down, and making it tougher the higher you come up. So you're going to get a different resistance curve when you're doing it. It's going to create a lot more benefit rather than continuously just doing the same curls at a linear curve with the barbell. Following that, I immediately dropped the resistance band and went right to the bar for another 10 reps. So with the band and the bar going 10 reps, and then just the bar, burning out about 10 to 12 reps. If you can keep going after 10 reps, keep going until you get to 12 or 15, but you want to pick a weight you can usually only get about 12 reps with after that. Following up, continuing going to arms after finishing 4 sets of that superset with the lat pull downs and the curls, you're going to go to right here, we're doing dumbbell supinated curls. So you want to keep your palms turned out as if you were holding that bar again. Keep them turned out the whole time. That's going to help hit that peak of the bicep and focus on the bicep brachii rather than when you're doing the twist, you're hitting the brachioradialis and the brachialis to assist. I'm trying to isolate here, going a little bit more just on the bicep brachii. Your bicep has 2 motions, flexion of the elbow and supination. So when you're holding that supination, it's going to help trigger that bicep a little bit more, that bicep brachii. And then if you noticed, my last one just coming down slow and controlled to get a little bit more out of that rep, out of that set. So Following that, we went to seal rows. This is actually one of my favorite back exercises. If you guys haven't tried this one yet, I highly recommend it. What you want to do here is, as you see, you come down, you let your shoulder blades slightly drop a little bit, but keep tension in your back. And then as you drive up, you're driving your elbows up, 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 past your hips, those weights towards your hips, and contracting your shoulder blades together. Supersetting that, or I'm sorry, we didn't superset this. We went to the next exercise, which was single arm row. We just went straight 3 sets here, going to 10 reps. And on this, you're doing standing or tripod, basically, single arm row. So again, you're driving that elbow up towards your hips and then that weight following straight through towards your hips. You want to keep your wrist directly under your elbow. I don't care if you're using 20 pounds or if you're using 150 pounds. Keep that wrist directly below your elbow. So that way you're using all the force from your back and you're not using your bicep to curl it up. As soon as your wrist comes in front of your elbow, that's because you're using your bicep. Don't do that. Focus isolating the back. You want to isolate everything there rather than using your bicep to cheat and get it up. You want to keep your upper body as stationary again as possible and try to keep your chest squared to the floor. Finishing up with a burnout for biceps. If you notice here, watch my hands as I come up and back down. I'm going to use both hands to drive that weight up, and then I let go with one hand, and eccentric or negative, coming back down slow and controlled. I try to make it last about 3 to 4 seconds, coming back down slowly. I then go for 5 reps on each side here. And then so the last set, which this wasn't the last set, but the last set I burned out after finishing that, going with just one, both arms, finishing up one set of about 10 to 12 reps. So that's the whole workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd be happy to help. Again, this has been Dakota with Dakota Life Fitness.